Egypt, land of pharaohs, pyramids, and secrets they definitely don't want me to see. I've wandered its golden sands, and trust me, this desert guards its mysteries like a jealous god. Beneath the surface lie lost chambers, forbidden tunnels, and monuments that are still completely off-limits. I can't help but wonder, what's really hiding beneath the pyramids? Who built those sealed chambers? And why are officials still keeping entire zones locked away from the public? Some say the truth is too dangerous to reveal. Maybe they're right. Because here, in the heart of Egypt, the past isn't gone, it's waiting. What if I told you that over 90% of Egypt is just desert? I didn't. Not until I stood there, staring at dunes that stretched so far it felt like the horizon was trolling me. Endless sand, blazing heat, absolute silence. And somehow, this is where one of the greatest civilizations in history decided to rise. Honestly, I don't even like walking across the beach, so that's impressive. But here's what really blew my mind. Over 14 million people visit the pyramids every year, yet almost no one talks about the sealed chambers, the forbidden tunnels, or the off-limits zones buried beneath them. Egypt is wild like that. The more you think you understand it, the more it messes with you. Every new discovery unlocks another mystery, like a cosmic game of guess what's behind this ancient door. The deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Because here, even the sand keeps secrets, and that's where things start getting really interesting. About 30 meters beneath the Giza Plateau, far below all the tourist crowds, the noise, and the camel rides, there's a shaft that drops straight into darkness. I remember the first time I heard about it. I thought it was just another wild pyramid rumor. But this one's real. At the bottom lies a flooded chamber, cold and silent, with a lone stone sarcophagus resting on a tiny island of rock. They call it the Osiris Shaft, and honestly, the name alone gave me chills. Ancient Greek historians once wrote about an underground realm dedicated to Osiris, god of the afterlife, hidden somewhere beneath the pyramids. So when explorers rediscovered this shaft in 1999, people thought the legend had finally come to life. But almost immediately, the site was sealed off. No tours, no photos, no public access. They said it was for safety, but let's be real, that kind of secrecy only makes people more curious. Some say the shaft connects to deeper tunnels leading to the Sphinx, or even the mythical Hall of Records, said to hold the lost history of mankind. Whatever the truth is, I can't shake the feeling that something incredible still waits down there, just beneath our feet. In 2017, I remember reading about a team of scientists who decided to shoot streams of cosmic rays at the Great Pyramid. Basically, they used space particles to peek through 4,500 years of solid stone. Sounds crazy, right? But what they found left the entire world stunned. A massive hidden void, nearly 30 meters long, completely sealed since the age of the pharaohs. No one knows what's inside. Some experts say it's just a structural cavity. Others whisper it's a secret chamber deliberately erased from history. And to this day, not a single person has stepped inside. But that's not even the strangest part. Just deep within the pyramid, there are these impossibly narrow shafts leading upward from the Queen's chamber. Only tiny robotic probes have been able to crawl through them, but stop at limestone doors fitted with copper handles, doors that no one has ever opened. Even Napoleon himself once spent a night alone inside the Great Pyramid and came out pale and shaken. When asked what he'd seen, he just said,
"You wouldn't believe me."
"You wouldn't believe me." And honestly, I think he was right. The Great Pyramid still refuses to give up its final secret. But here's the part that shocked me the most. You see, the Sphinx, Egypt's most famous guardian, has stared across the desert for thousands of years, but no one truly knows where it came from. According to mainstream archaeology, it was built around 4,500 years ago during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. Sounds simple enough until you hear what other researchers believe. Geologist Robert Schoch, for example, claims that the weathering on the Sphinx shows signs of water erosion, meaning it could be more than 7,000 years old. If he's right, that would mean an advanced civilization existed long before we think history even began. And the weirdness doesn't stop there. The Sphinx's head looks oddly small compared to its body, almost like it doesn't belong. Some say it was recarved at a later time, hiding the true face of whoever first built it. Beneath that massive limestone body, rumors speak of sealed chambers and hidden tunnels, untouched since ancient times. I don't know what's really down there, but one thing's for sure. the Sphinx isn't just a monument. It's a riddle carved in stone, still guarding secrets the desert refuses to give up. Now, when I moved north of Giza, hidden behind layers of desert dust, I discovered one of Egypt's most mysterious sites, the unfinished Pyramid of Zawyet el-Aryan. At its heart lies a massive granite-lined shaft, descending straight into darkness. The structure's purpose is unknown, and no royal name was ever inscribed. So, I began to ask why, and I discovered that this was because, in 1964, everything changed. The Egyptian military took control of the Pyramid of Zawyet el-Aryan, fenced it off, and declared it a restricted zone. Since then, no archaeologist or tourist has been allowed to enter. Officially, it's for security reasons. Unofficially, it's become Egypt's most forbidden pyramid. But that's not all I found out. I also found out that those who studied it before the lockdown reported an enormous granite basin at the bottom of the shaft, too large to move, too precise to dismiss. Was it a burial chamber, a ritual site, or something entirely different? We don't know because today, Zawyet el-Aryan remains sealed and silent, a forgotten monument that guards a secret no one is allowed to see. One of the discoveries that completely blew my mind is the so-called Labyrinth of Hawara, something ancient writers once described as the grandest structure ever built in Egypt. They said it had over 3,000 rooms, twisting hallways, and hidden chambers that made even the pyramids look simple. Herodotus himself claimed it was so massive that visitors could wander inside for days and still not find their way out. For centuries, people thought it was just a myth, until 2008, when ground-penetrating radar revealed a massive underground grid beneath the desert, exactly where the labyrinth was said to be. Proof that something huge is really down there. Yet, for reasons no one quite understands, it remains unexcavated and heavily restricted. Some even say the discovery's been quietly buried, literally and figuratively. What secrets could those endless corridors hold? Treasure? Ancient knowledge? Whatever it is, Hawara's labyrinth might just change everything we think we know about Egypt. Beneath the sands of Saqqara lies one of the most mysterious places I've ever come across, the Serapeum. I remember seeing photos of it for the first time and thinking, there's no way humans pulled this off thousands of years ago. It's an underground labyrinth built for the sacred Apis bulls, living incarnations of the god Ptah. The tunnels stretch deep into the earth, leading to vast stone chambers that hold colossal granite sarcophagi, some weighing up to 100 tons. I can barely drag a suitcase upstairs, so how they move those through narrow corridors is beyond me. Archaeologists first explored it in the 19th century, but most of it stayed sealed off for decades, from 1986 until 2012. And here's the strangest part. Almost all the sarcophagi were found empty. So the big question remains this: where are the Apis bulls? Were they looted? Or was this place built for something far greater, something we still don't understand? The Serapeum isn't just a tomb. It's a mystery carved in stone, still echoing beneath Saqqara's sands. Another mystery that completely fascinates me lies in the city of Alexandria. Once the glittering jewel of the ancient world, now a modern city sitting on layers of buried secrets. One of the greatest of them all, Cleopatra's tomb. The final resting place of Egypt's last queen has never been found, and honestly, the mystery feels straight out of a movie. Some experts believe it's hidden somewhere beneath the city itself, buried under centuries of construction. Others think it might be near the temple of Osiris Magna, where archaeologists have uncovered deep tunnels carved into the bedrock, tunnels that could lead straight to her lost tomb. And it doesn't stop there. I discovered that beneath the Mediterranean, divers have discovered Alexandria's sunken royal quarter, massive statues, toppled columns, and fragments of temples scattered across the seabed. Seeing those underwater ruins feels like peeking into a drowned empire. Whether Cleopatra lies beneath the city or the sea, her tomb remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries, a secret powerful enough to rewrite everything we know about Egypt's most legendary queen. As I went further, I noticed that when you go far from the crowds and selfie sticks, Egypt's deserts hide some of the oldest mysteries on Earth, and that is found at Nabta Playa. As I dug deeper into this historical site, I discovered that more than 7,000 years ago, ancient people built a massive circle of stones aligned with the stars, basically, a prehistoric observatory that makes Stonehenge look like a sequel. Scholars believe it was used to track solstices, proof that humans here understood the heavens long before the first pyramid was even a blueprint. And when I went deeper into the Sahara, I found the Cave of the Swimmers, a rock shelter covered in 9,000-year-old paintings of people swimming, dancing, and hunting, evidence that this now barren desert was once alive with rivers and life. Seeing that makes you realize, Egypt's deserts aren't empty at all. They're ancient time capsules, preserving the memories of civilizations that thrived and vanished before the pharaohs ever ruled. And what comes next in this story? Well, that's where things really start to get unbelievable. Beyond the pyramids and ancient tombs, Egypt still hides living mysteries that most people are yet to discover. And I found that in Minya. When you get to Minya, you will see that there's a vast necropolis locals call the City of the Dead, stretching across the desert with rows of domes and small pyramid-shaped tombs. Walking through its narrow alleys feels like stepping straight into another century. The silence, the sand, the lingering scent of incense. You can almost feel the weight of rituals that have been performed there for generations. But not all of Egypt's secrets are carved in stone. Some still breathe through czar ceremonies, ancient exorcism rituals where people drum, dance, and chant in hypnotic rhythm to drive away spirits and heal the cursed. Outsiders are rarely allowed to witness them, which makes the mystery even deeper. Here, history doesn't just live in ruins. It pulses in rhythm, faith, and firelight, proof that Egypt's magic never truly faded, it just changed form. Egypt has always felt like a land of contrasts to me, a place where millions come to see the pyramids and temples, yet the real wonders stay hidden beneath the surface. I've read and seen some things like the sealed shafts, lost labyrinths, empty sarcophagi, and even sunken cities, all whispering of a past we've barely scratched. Every stone and tunnel seems to guard a secret. Some are buried under endless sand, others sleep beneath the sea. Even today's rituals keep those mysteries alive. So I can't help but wonder, what truths still lie beneath Egypt's sands, forbidden and waiting to be found?